Hello and welcome back in this very awesome video. Actually, this is a very weird requested video from the Snapchat group. As you can see, the car is looking absolutely magnificent and very beautiful actually, but the requested video was, or the requested video is a front wheel drive hypercar or a front wheel drive supercar that can do the quarter mile in 11 seconds or less, and that can do 350 kilometers per hour top speed or even more, and the average fuel consumption or the fuel mileage should be plus 15 or plus or more miles per gallon. So it's not actually a hard request, it's actually a simple request, but to design a beautiful car with a comfortable and sporty interior with a lightweight very sporty chassis and body with a powerful engine in the front, and put all this power to the ground using a front wheel drive system, it's a little bit of a hard job. But making the body, making the chassis, everything is simple, really simple, but putting the power down, that was the difficult job. And of course, because the simple answer is, if you want to put a lot of power in a front wheel drive car, if you want to put it on the ground, basically use super wide tires. That's your answer. Super wide sticky tires, you can have the power on the ground, you can have as much grip as possible with a perfectly tuned suspension setup. And putting super wide tires, it will ruin the car looks. Really, it will make it look fat, ugly, and it will not look really cool. But I hopefully with this body, with this style, I think I pulled it off with a lot of power, a lot of torque, a lot of good acceleration, comfort, everything. So it's a perfect GT car. Actually, this is a supercar slash GT car, as you will see. It's really cool. I mean, this is not a mid-engine car. As you can see, it's a front-engine car because of course we need to use it for a front-wheel drive car. And yeah, so some will consider it a supercar, some will consider it a GT car. I'm considering this car as a GT car, as a GT Premium or a GT or a Super GT car. Alright, so before we start with all of the specs, I would love to remind you, please, if you enjoy the video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, to hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video, hit that notification bell button so you can get a notification each time I release a new video. Alright, so let's begin with all of the specs for this absolute monster here. We have carbon fiber panels, monocoque chassis type, carbon fiber chassis, front transverse engine placement, not longitudinal, although I could have mounted the engine as a longitudinal engine placement, and yes, maintain a front wheel drive setup. I tried it actually to maintain a good looking engine in the engine bay, and of course so I can fit a massively powerful engine, but it was very slow and the grip was rubbish, so I went with transverse because, well, it's better for a front wheel drive car. And there was another problem actually using a transverse engine, because with longitudinal I can easily choose double wishbone front suspension and get beautifully fast lap times. Unfortunately, with using transverse and with the need of a big engine in the front to put a very good show, and of course because we have a big bonnet here or a big hood, as you can see, we need a powerful big engine. I'm not gonna go with a 4-cylinder turbo or a 6-cylinder turbo because, well, it will be hideous and not efficient, and it will be less reliable, less refined, and I want a smooth, refined engine with a front wheel drive car with a very massively powerful performance. So I had to go with McPherson so I can fit that engine in. With double wishbone transverse, a wide engine will not fit. It will not fit at all. But with a McPherson strut, it was perfectly set up. I mean, anyone will look at this long hood, they will think, oh, this car has a longitudinal V12 or V16, but no, that's not the answer here. We have McPherson in the front, push rods in the rear, which these two combinations are the weirdest combination ever. A cheaply regular, because McPherson strut, you can find it in basically every possible car, every possible front wheel drive car, because it's cheap, it's reliable, it's regular, it's nothing special in it. But in the rear, push rods, which is like Formula 1 suspension style, which is a weird combination, like a cheaply reliable word in the front, expensive extremely high performance suspension in the rear. But everything is working very perfectly, as you will see at the end of the video. +5 quality on the chassis and the materials and suspension setup. This is the beast that I've chosen to power this amazing monster here, which is a 90 degrees V-shaped 10-cylinder engine, magnesium block, 98mm on the bore, 92.8mm on the stroke, which equals a 7-liter V10 engine, a 7-liter 7000cc V10 engine. Dual overhead camshaft with 5 valves per cylinder, because V10 engines are smooth, they are not badly balanced engines. So with 5 valves, the engine is actually smooth. It's not bad, as you will see later. Aluminium silicon cylinder heads, no VVL because, well, we have 5 valves per cylinder. We have billet steel crankshaft, light titanium connecting rods, and lightweight forged pistons with 0 quality. We have 12.4:1 is the official compression ratio, with 84 on the cam profile. Variable valve timing on all cams, as you can see, 0 quality. Naturally aspirated engine, yes, naturally aspirated power. Direct fuel injection, throttle per cylinder, or individual throttle bodies, or what car enthusiasts would call them, ITBs. So we have 10 individual throttle bodies. Performance intake manifold, super 98 octane fuel, because, well, it's available in real life, unlike Ultimate 100 racing fuel, which you need to buy it in some kind of speed shops. But 98, it's available everywhere. Not everywhere, not in every possible country, but it's available. You can buy it in some countries in regular pump stations. 13.5 is the air fuel ratio, 100 maxed out ignition timing, 8500 is the RPM, is the engine RPM limit, 0 quality here. We have long tubular headers, dual exhaust pipes, 3.2-inch exhaust diameter or 82.5mm. We have high flow through-way catalytic converters, no first mufflers, and twin straight-through mufflers with bypass valves. So at a certain RPM, these valves will open and we'll have like a straight pipe exhaust system with 0 quality. So you see, this engine was made with 0 quality components, and the final result is 754.5 horsepower at 8100 RPM and 571 pound-feet of torque at 5800 RPM. The engine, as I mentioned, is smooth. It's really smooth. It's not bad. It's extremely responsive, which is what I want in a high-performance car. Noise, well, it's a little bit noisy. I confess, because yes, I confess that, because yeah, we have only 2 straight-through mufflers. I mean, in a perfect world, if I want the customers to love it more, the Grand Touring customers, I should have actually bolt on some reverse flow mufflers so I can make the engine quiet. And as you can see, yes, they will love it more, but unfortunately we will lose power, and I don't want to lose power, and I certainly don't want to put high quality components. As you can see, so the obvious solution is to do like this, maybe. How about, okay, so I'm not gonna put reverse flow mufflers because these are idiotic, but let me check the weight. Oh my god, 2 kilograms difference. Alright, so I'm gonna put another, so we have quad straight through mufflers, yes, quad, not because we have dual exhaust pipes, as you can see, quad straight through mufflers with bypass valves, a little bit heavier but a little bit less powerful, but the customers are loving it more with +1 quality. So yeah, we lost a little bit of torque, a little bit of horsepower, but the customers are liking it. I don't care, screw the customers. I want my car to be perfect. As you can see, with +1 quality, no one will be interested in it. So yeah, 0 quality, we are back as we used to before. We actually gained power, 755 horsepower. Alright, so no, I'm gonna love the customers. Yeah, I'm gonna love the customers, so yeah, straight through mufflers, quad straight through mufflers, +1 quality. Yeah, that gave the engine the extra oomph, actually, extra 1 horsepower. a little bit less torque. Well, why not? As you can see, the engine is looking very, very tremendous, very beautifully balanced, and a true beast indeed. Alright, so let's move on. I have chosen this 2005 coupe or coupe body with +3 quality on the body and the fixtures, and I have chosen this. It's actually not my own paint. The game actually, or automation game developers, made this color. It's like a sandy gold, which is really awesome. The same color goes for the brake calipers, as you can see. And these are the fixtures. As you can see, we have the front lip, front fog lights, fog lamps or fog lights. We have two separate grills, front logo, these beautifully angry headlights with side, as you can see, side vents, carbon fiber hood or bonnet. We have these carbon fiber rims. We have the V10 logo on the side with another vent here on the side. We have carbon fiber door handles with carbon fiber fuel filler cap, carbon fiber window trim, carbon fiber side mirrors with indicated, or what do you call them, integrated inside the mirror housing. And of course we have the side vents in the nearly side back, as you can see, and also another side vents here. So basically air will come in out to cool the brakes and to depressurize this area on from the tire area, or what do they call the tire housing area? What do they call it? Tell me in the comment section below. And yes, what else? We have the carbon fiber roof antenna, and we have the back is actually very beautifully looking. These tail lights with carbon fiber housing and also carbon fiber lips. So we have the license plate holder, also made from carbon fiber. We have the rear logo with, of course, check out this beautifully looking rear spoiler made entirely from carbon fiber. We have also the dual exhaust pipes, carbon fiber lips, rear grille with also carbon fiber lips, and of course the reverse light here looking absolutely beautiful. And of course we have the Verra V10 because the name of the car is Verra V10. The car is looking very beautifully balanced, very cool, very awesome, and yeah, looks very cool. I really like it. The color, the carbon fiber scheme, the carbon fiber skin, just absolutely magnificent. Alright, so let's move on. We have, yes, because we have played with the power, some values will change. So we have transverse front wheel drive, as you can see, dual clutch, 7-speed gearbox. We have the final drive is 3.99 to 1 or 364.1 kilometers per hour is the gearbox top speed. We have 8 on the spacing, very extremely low spacing, as you can see, and that made the quickest 0 to 100 time and the least amount of wheel spin, which is 2.3% with the current tire size. And I've tried like also all the scenarios, 5-speed, play with top speed, the spacing didn't achieve or didn't actually get even close to this time. 6-speed, play with all of this, nothing. 7-speed, perfectly balanced. Electronic limited slip differential with +1 quality on the gearbox on the differential. We have radial sport compound tires and the most weird, or the weirdest tire setup ever fitted to any car. As you can see, we have 265 the front tire width and 205 is the rear tire width, with 680 is the tire diameter with 18-inch rims, 0 front offset, and yes, I'm not kidding, yeah, total rim weight, as you can see, we have 135 is the rear offset, and which is really hilarious. Carbon fiber rims, +3 quality, and yeah, Let me check something because it's 99.8, but not now when we reach the suspension setup. Carbon ceramic front discs, front brakes with 6 pistons on the front caliper. 350mm is the front size. Carbon ceramic single piston on the rim on the rear brake caliper. 285mm is the rotor size on the rear. 48 on the pad type. 70% of the brakes going to the front, and 30% of the brakes going to the rear. Zero quality here. We have downforce. 51 on the downforce. Active rear wing, active cooling flaps with 57 on the front lip, 87 on the 78 on the rear wing, 51 on the engine cooling, 100 on the brake cooling with +3 quality. And let me tell you, I have spent so much time tweaking the aerodynamics and downforce on this car to make it to go around the track as quickly as possible. I promise you this is as good as it will get. The interior is simple, 4 seats because it's a GT car, sport interior, premium HUD entertainment system, zero quality, electric variable power steering, electronic stability control plus launch control with +5 quality on the traction aids, basic 10 safety equipments with zero quality. We have progressive springs, semi-active dampers and active sway bars with a very much custom suspension setup, but let me check something. No, alright, so that's... Let me check something. So it's -1.6 degrees of camber in the front, -1.2 degrees of camber in the rear, and the spring stiffness. Alright, so it's actually got like this, so 100% here. So spring stiffness is 4.0 in the front, 2.60 in the rear. Damper stiffness is 2.60 in the front, 1.40 in the rear. 3600 is the sway bar thickness in the front, 2000 is the thickness of the sway bars in the rear, with 146.2 millimeters on the ride height and +1 quality. And as you can see, with these weird tires and rims, and of course with this very much custom suspension setup, we have achieved 100% on the sportiness value. So this car will corner and it will handle like a dream car. I mean, because as we all know, front wheel drive cars, not all of them are perfect. Like 70% of all front wheel drive cars are rubbish around the corners, but you can see a lot of amazing front wheel drive cars like the Golf GTI, maybe the new Honda Civic, or what else, those classic hatchbacks from the 80s. Yeah, those were tremendously beautiful, like the Peugeot 205 GTI. These were amazingly handling cars, but with 100%, this massively GT premium car will be similar to them with +1 quality. So the final result here, actually, this is the engine options and the body options. And the test rack, as you can see, the car weighs 1291.9 kilograms, and as you can see, the top speed is 356 kilometers per hour. 356 kilometers per hour, and as you can see, 0 to 100 time in 3.8 seconds. Quarter mile in 10.86 seconds. So yes, that's job done. 10.86 seconds, the quarter mile, below 11 seconds, and no brake fading. Top speed more than 350 kilometers per hour, also check. What else? Yes, as you can see, the car is very cool. It's of course, it's not a towing machine. No brake fading. The weight distribution, because of course the engine, everything is in the front. It's perfect. 0-100 time 3.8 seconds, perfect. Alright, so let's go to the market. As you can see, the market, the car is very drivable, very sporty, and it's comfortable, not bad, very prestigious, safe, practical, and somehow it has some good utility points. It's reliable, environmental resistant, it's perfect. 21.1 miles per gallon. He said plus 15 or more. That's also check, so it's perfect. I have made the correct request. So as you can see, it's very perfect car. It's not bad in every single way, and it will cost you with 10% margin $87,961. A little bit on the expensive side, but still for a 750 horsepower V10 supercar or a GT car, I think this is very cheap. So let's go to the automation test track and see what kind of time we'll achieve. So I actually did it before. It's 2 minutes 2 minutes 02.96. Hopefully it will get quicker or maybe slower. Alright, so it did it in 2 minutes, 2 minutes 02.95. I don't know, I forgot. Is it faster or is it slower? But it's still good. It's still 2 seconds after the 2 minutes, and I consider as I always say, any car that can do below 2 minutes, it's an extremely fast car, and this one only did by extra 2 seconds more, which is not bad really for a front-wheel drive monster. So this is the final result, but unfortunately I have to get going. I'm really busy and I have to get going, so I'm not gonna run the whole track. I'm gonna just see what kind of time we will reach. So it's 113.86 around the airfield test track, which is extremely quick also, 113.86. And I do apologize, like I really have to get going. So thank you so much for watching. I'm really happy that I'm really happy with the ending result of this car. So please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, get subscribed, share the video, and of course, if you want to request an engine or a custom car or a custom engine, please add my Snapchat. It's Lord Bas94, Lord BAS94, so I can add you on the Snapchat group, so you can request your video over there, and so I can make it as quickly as possible. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Tell me what do you think about this car in the comment section below. What do you think about it? Is it worth it? Is it not worth it to do a front-wheel drive GT car with these specs, with that price, with everything? And yeah, I'm gonna see you very soon, and goodbye for now, my friends.